Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to Operation Uranus, where we are playing as the Red Army, trying to crush the German and Hungarian and Romanian defenders, Italians even, around Stalingrad. We're trying to close them in into that pincer and cut off Stalingrad entirely. Now, we've had some issues over here with some Germans actually breaking through, and what I'm trying is to reinforce the line here while we focus on breaking through the line ahead of us. So that's what we're going for now. Now, right now the attack is not great. We want to make sure that we have enough guys to carry out an attack, and I'm going to go ahead and try to hit this guy with a coordinated assault, and sure enough, we managed to break through. Although not to the greatest extent. It wasn't really the greatest breakthrough in the world, but it'll do. It'll do. So we're going to continue. We've got a tank unit here, and of course these guys desperately need some reinforcements. I will go ahead and try to hit these guys. I hope we can do some damage. And it looks old, so not the greatest attack on our part. I hope that our HQs are going to bring a lot of support to our men currently fighting in this pocket. Let's move these guys up a little bit more. Heck, we can even move them up more. There we go. Now we're getting supplies to everybody. And of course, we're still fighting around Stalingrad. There's a lot to be done. But as you can see, look at this. This is amazing. The amount of defenders they have here is just incredible. But we need to find some way to break through. So let's go ahead and take these two units. I'm actually going to bring one more forward too. I don't think he can attack, though, so we may have to wait a turn. But let's bring one of the infantry units through, and hopefully he can assist in this attack. We're going to do a coordinated attack. And yes, we got the enemy to retreat, and as you can see, we're getting closer and closer to Stalingrad. And this is basically the idea. We've cut off the rail line entirely on this side. Now we need to break through this area and really take the next rail line. Now these guys are going to take a while to move. This is not easy movement, but we can do it. Come on, boys. Great attack. 503 enemy dead. And we want to keep moving and just wiping out this line so that the rest of our infantry can get in here and the rest of our tanks and take out the fascist enemy. Let's move forward over here. As someone mentioned, which I didn't know before, and I appreciate them telling me that, it's basically winter, and therefore the rivers are frozen, so we don't get a defensive penalty for attacking across a river, which is really cool. We want to get our guys over there near the enemy HQs. That's the best thing to do, obviously. If we attack an enemy HQ, we're going to be able to really confuse the hell out of the enemy troops. There we go. Forces held. Let's get another unit in here. And we also have this unit, which looks awesome. It looks like a mechanized corps, First Guard mechanized corps. Let's go ahead and try to hit the Italians here. Sure enough, we made them fall back. What we really want to do is break this rail line around Bogachar. So we're going to keep attacking. Let's see, can we attack with... Unfortunately, we still can't attack with those units. I guess we're going to have to wait one turn or so. But we will continue attacking through Bogachar. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do a deliberate attack. And boom, we managed to make the enemy retreat. We're going to keep moving closer and hit them again. Why not? And liberate Bogachar from the enemy forces. Let's also go ahead and hit these guys if we can. And it looks like right now we just don't have enough movement points to really make much of a difference in this sector. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'll move these guys up. Somebody mentioned something about artillery, and I'll make sure to bring the artillery unit up over here and see, can the artillery unit fire right now? I don't think it can, but at least we've got our artillery units closer to the battle, and I'm sure that's helpful. Let's move this guy up. Make sure we moved all the rest of these guys up to the front. Alright, we also have some tank units that seem to be on the way. We'll bring them too. Hopefully, we can get those tank units reinforced for the next part of the battle. Alright, let's see what we can do with these guys. I'm just going to keep them here. And let's take a look. Thought we had some guys down here. Indeed we do, so we're going to start moving them forward as well. And we could cut the rail line all the way down there at Rostov if we can make it that far. Also bring these infantry units up because we could probably take out some of the enemy. And it's very snowy, as you can imagine. This is the winter in Stalingrad, so it's tough on both of us, but tougher on the Germans. Let's go ahead and move this guy up. We'll do a deliberate attack. If we can't, we'll hit them with both guys here. Interesting. All right, we can't attack. We can attack with this guy though. There we go. Push the enemy back. It's a start. And right now, we just want these guys to get reinforced. So let's hope that's exactly what happens. I will bomb some airfields if I can. But really, I think more importantly, it's going to be bombing ground. Lost. We destroyed one bomber, but not a big deal. So let's focus on the ground targets. And we're going to try to hit The HQ, of course, unavailable or out of range. What about these units that are really strong up here on the front line? There we go. We lost 3 bombers, so that didn't work out very well. And we'll go ahead, end our turn, and give the Germans time to recuperate. So let's go ahead, end our turn. I'm actually curious to see what they'll do here. I'm sure they'll continue that attack in the south, and I hope that doesn't cut us off too much. Alright, here we go, the Germans. And as you can see, we've got a nice line going now. But can they break through? There we go, they're already attempting an attack, but that's a prelude to a serious attack. The Italians are trying to attack. We killed 752 of them. 71 enemies dead. They're trying to break through these lines, and I can understand why. Again, we held. Good job, guys. Keep holding. And now they're attacking us in Bogachar, and it looks like they're also taking some pictures with their scout planes. Once again, look at 4 of these Romanians, and they seem to be in a lot of trouble. Okay, they did manage to get our right. That's bad, and we lost a lot of men in that fight. I'm remedy that and still succeed. And there we go. They're continuing with their attacks with their tanks here. I definitely worry about. Luckily, we don't have particularly important rail yards to hold. Our job is to break through the enemy rail yards. All right, here we go. They're renaming some units. And if you guys have any info screens you'd like me to look at specifically, let me know in the comments down below. I always like to show as much info about the battle as I can. And obviously, I want to break through the north there and cut the enemy off from behind. All right, here we go. 46,000 of the enemy men down, and we lost 31,000. Of course, we can take a look at air losses, ground losses, and just the destroyed units, etc. So let's take a look and see if we got any reinforcements. And yes, we did. Definitely. First thing I'm going to do, start attacking this sector here with a deliberate attack. And there we go, forcing a bunch of enemies back, although not without a loss to our men. But nonetheless, we're going to keep pushing these enemies back to this river. We want to get there and cut off the rail line into Stalingrad. Let's take a look here. I'm going to bring my tanks up to assist in this attack. I'll even bring one of my guards' rifles up. Or actually, we could do this too. And now we're going to do a deliberate attack on this tank division. Beautiful, guys. We got and managed to break through. That is great. I'm going to continue my attack here. Just keep sending those troops running. Those Romanians can't hold the line forever. And it looks like they're even sending some Germans here to attempt to hold the line. But it's not going to work, boys. They can't beat us via the glorious Soviet Union. We may even try to grab our tanks and get behind their lines now, but I don't think we're going to be able to. We don't have enough movement points, but it's definitely something I'm considering. Let's move these guys over here. Try to get a deliberate attack here on this unit. Enemy forces... Ooh. And yeah, 25, that wasn't a good idea. That was a bit hasty. But we can hit these guys. Beautiful. And actually, they're falling back to the rail line there in Stalingrad. So we're going to see if we can move in. If we can these guys attack one more time? I think they can with a deliberate attack. Sacrifice yourselves for the Rodina. And we can move these guys up. Very cool. And sure enough, we can keep hitting these guys north of Stalingrad, guys. So they're in trouble. They're now literally stuck in Stalingrad. Let's move up some troops. And as you can see, 99 defenders. There's no way we're going to break that until we break the rest of the units around the area. So we need to get in and cut them off in every way possible. And the first way we need to do that is get rid of all these units here. So let's take a look. Let's get these infantry units. And if we can get these guys to run, I think we control the rail yard. And indeed we do. That's going to hurt the enemy a lot. Can hit them again, actually. They held! Incredible. They actually held against that attack. They're getting brave. Alright, let's see what's going on here. I'd actually like to move these guys over here so we have 3 Guards Rifle divisions. These guys are beasts. Didn't work out so well that time, unfortunately. Better luck next time, right? So let's try again. The enemy forces held. We'll try again with another deliberate attack. And there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Romanian divisions retreating, running, anything they can do to get away from the mighty Red Army. There we go, hitting them pretty hard. And let's move these guys. Go ahead and do a deliberate attack with infantry against the tank, but we routed them. In fact, we shattered them. A Romanian infantry division. So let's keep going. And these guys are the ones that I need to get behind the enemy and destroy the rail lines. We want to move everybody over that we can. We want to go ahead and put some troops in Bogashar so that the enemy knows we are not giving it up without a fight. And in fact, we will do a deliberate attack with both of these guys. I might even move another unit in. Let's do a deliberate attack. There we go. Move them back. There's no way that those Italians can hold that long, and I knew that was going to be an issue. Let's go ahead and hit these guys. Boom. Once again, we're cutting off rail lines behind Bogachar. This is the name of the game, guys. We've got an HQ division here, and you better believe I'm going to hit it. And boom, we retreat. It made the enemy division retreat, and without an HQ, they're not going to be getting any resupply, guys. They're in a lot of trouble. Let's go ahead and hit this guy. I should have done a deliberate attack, but got a bit reckless. Let's move our artillery up. Maybe another artillery division. And let's try the deliberate attack now. Still not very effective. Move another. Actually, we'll keep that infantry division there. I just want to make sure these guys are providing support, and indeed they are. Alright, we don't need to keep attacking there, but I want to get these guys across the river, so let's move them. Perfect target. So they are managing to hold, but we did do 81 damage, which shows you that it's definitely artillery, and finally we got them to retreat. Let's keep moving our guys forward. This is the name of the game. Close the Germans in, and don't allow them to escape. We're even going to move our airfields closer. Alright, we got that general. Oh, and we're also getting some guards rifles, guys. Look at this up here in the north left. North right of the battlefield, I should say. We're going to bring them... Where do you think we're going to bring them? Straight to Stalingrad. And hopefully they can survive for long enough to be helpful. I think they can. They're my favorite unit in the game. Let's move them forward. And let's get these airfields closer too so that we can interdict a lot easier. Okay, this is looking good. About this infantry unit. He hasn't moved far enough. There we go. And let's see what's going on in the south. So I think in the south we just... caution is the most important thing. We need to be very cautious. But the more we move, the more rail lines we can destroy. So let's start moving forward. Go ahead and do a deliberate attack on these guys. Boom! Sending some more enemy units back, and these are German units. So they know that we're getting closer and closer to cutting off Stalingrad entirely. Already the southern rail line is cut, and I think the northern one's about to fall too if our men can keep their shit together. Let's move some guys back. We'll move our general back here, and we'll move some of these artillery units forward. Alright, and at that point, we'll just stay put and keep doing what we're doing. Now there's a gap there, I don't like that, but I think we'll be alright. If I can get the tank over there, that's what I'll do. And now we truly have the Germans cornered in, although we still have to break this line back here, and then we will have totally cut off Stalingrad, and that's when we can actually win. Let's move the Guards rifles up. We can still do some damage here to the enemy infantry. They shouldn't be here. They just routed. Although I'm more worried about the enemy tanks that have gotten their way all around and managed to get behind us. Luckily, it doesn't seem like they're getting any sort of support, and I'm actually going to try to get behind these guys, hit them, and get to their HQ. There we go, made them retreat. And made them retreat. And once again, guys, this is a bit of a long video. I hope you don't mind. Sometimes with Gary Grisby, you've got to take your time, and it can be quite tedious. Move this guy forward. Got reinforcements coming from the south, boys. Hold! And we will, of course, let the Germans play their turn. Alright, here we go. And we also got some infantry here, but I'm not doing anything with them. I'm not messing with them at all. We could move our HQ closer, I suppose. And let's actually move our air units closer. And let's end the turn. Hopefully we're doing a good job so far, guys. Still wish we could hit that unit right there. And yes, we can. Awesome. Routed another Romanian infantry. That's always a good thing. And let's end the turn. What are the Germans going to do here? I don't know what tricks they have up their sleeve, but they're doing pretty well there in the south, so that's troubling. You will not escape Stalingrad. This will be your grave. Stalingrad, Massengrab. I believe that was the saying that the Russians... Here we go. Alright, the Germans are, of course, still getting some reinforcements. We can see what that's a huge panzer division. So they are able to actually throw away a lot of our units. And look at that. Alright, we managed to hold 900 casualties to the enemy, but they're definitely trying to break out of Stalingrad from the front, and they've definitely moved units back. They're really trying to consolidate their units, and you can see they're making these huge pockets of resistance and we just need to keep moving forward, cutting off those supply lines, because they're not... you know, bandages, whatever a soldier needs, ammunition, with the cut off the supply lines, it's not going to matter how big they're eventually dwindle away. Alright, here we go. This is what I was worried about the south. They're doing a lot of good attacks down here. If our rail lines, we should be fine. Okay, here we go, guys, our turn. And of course, I want my armchair generals to give me a good idea of what they think I should do, because we will end here and continue on the next turn. If we got any reinforcements too. I'd love some reinforcements. Okay. Let's go to our ground losses so at least you guys can see what's going on. 46,000 to 66,000. We're both losing a lot of guys. What can I say? First, let's move this guy up. I need to quickly hit this unit and make them run. Awesome. Alright, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to leave your thoughts down below, what you think we should do, etc. Did not mean to move those guys out, but luckily they didn't go too far. And obviously, I will take that under consideration, and possibly we will have it in the next episode. So I really do hope you guys will take a look there. Let's get these guards to finish these guys off. So I just can't stop playing. It's just so addictive. It's such an addictive game. They're still holding pretty well. I think it's time to take our tanks and roll through. Alright, if I don't stop now, I'll never stop. At least it looks like we got a little breach there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Add me on Twitch, which is the same as here, twitch.tv/AgrippaMaxenius. It really helps. Take care.